Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Slow Customs. And today's custom will be actually 4 customs. Novelty, the Blister twins, and a flatbed that I made. So first we're going to start with Novelty. Now Novelty is canonically first seen in, I believe King of the Railway, in a flashback sequence when Steven is talking about where he came from and all that. He didn't have a speaking role, didn't pretty much do anything, but he existed and he's canonical, so I figured why not make him. Now, since there wasn't too much on him, all I had to really go off of was his side profile and the real-life Novelty, which is an actual locomotive. Well, a replica of it. The real locomotive was scrapped, I don't know, 100 years ago, something like that. Anyway, the replica locomotive is still around. If you just search up on Google, you'll be able to see it. But anyway, now I decided to make Novelty because I had this extra Edward tender. I think it was like a 2001 Edward tender. Now, I already have a 2001 Edward and tender, so I figured why not just use it for Novelty. Now, granted, it was in a lot better condition than the one that I have now, but I wanted to keep the original because it was one of my original engines, and I didn't want to get rid of that. It's like my Thomas in the Case situation. So, anyway, you can still see it on the bottom. It says Edward's Tender, but oh well. Anyway, Novelty was actually pretty simple in the fact that all that had to be done was given, I don't honestly know what that is, maybe a boiler, then this little box back here, and a smoke pipe. Before I talk about those, I'll just go on to the face. Now the face is kind of iffy. I mean, it portrays what I'm trying to portray with it and does its job, but this is just a simple recast of the Take and Play Toby face. I cast it and molded it a while back, not thinking too much of it, but I figured it'd be the perfect face because it's a good size for Novelty's boiler thing. I don't know if it is a boiler. Please feel free to correct me on this, because it's quite a unique locomotive. Anyway, so that's the face. I tried to make him look old, because old engine, yeah. Anyway, the main box boiler thing up there that his face is on is just a scrap piece of wood that I found in my scrap bin that I just cut down, sanded, and glued on. It's really simple, which is nice, actually. On top of it is just a Lego plate with a Lego rounded jumper thing. I don't know, but those two parts are Lego just because they were the simplest things that I could get closest to it, and it's what I had on hand, so I don't really mind. The back portion here, right like there, I don't know what that is. I went ahead and told myself it was a coal storage and water storage. I really don't know what that is, but it's there, so it's just 2 Lego pieces. It's like a Lego brick with a Lego tile on top of it, just simply glued. Now the funnel, I want to say, back here, is just a sucker stick cut down and painted. Really simple. But I think it portrays what was shown on TV pretty well, actually. Like the wheels are a good color, same with the paint. I actually got lucky with the paint. The paint was very similar to the blue that was on the wheels. And the paint scheme for Novelty is really simple, too. It's just orange and blue. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that'll be my Novelty. I don't know if he'll show up a lot in my series. He might, probably. I know he'll definitely be in one episode, that's for sure. Anyway, I'll move him out of the way. Now we'll get on to the Blister twins. I'll do the flatbed last. So anyway, here is my Blister 1 and Blister 2. Now the Blister twins are, I want to say small gauge, minimum gauge, whatever gauge Mike, Rex, and Bert, Jock, and Fred are, that's what the Blister twins are. They're just simple minimum gauge diesels. I believe they're track maintenance because they never really got mentioned in the Railway series. They were only mentioned in the book called Sodor. It's Railways, People, and Places, I think. Anyway, there was no official canonical mention or really representation of the Blister twins. All that's known is that they were Arsdale engines and they were the same. So, yeah. A lot of people did them in the simple black with yellow hazard stripes, as you can see, which I went along and did that. Anyway, it's really simple. I'll only cover one, maybe the second one, just because different faces and stuff like that. But anyway, I'll move Blister 2 off of him. Now, Blister 1 and 2 are virtually built the same, just with an off-brand chassis that was sanded down and cut to give it a nice flat surface. I don't know if you can see it very well. I think Blister 2 came out pretty nice compared to Blister 1, so that's good, I guess. Anyway, the top portion, or the main engine compartment area, is actually a failed attempt at making a diesel a diesel-sized locomotive, because originally I tried to hand build my Bob, or the Murdering Diesel engine. That didn't go well, so I just carved it out of wood like I probably said in that video. Anyway, so I had this engine piece laying around and I didn't know what to do with it. I thought about throwing it away, but I just couldn't, because I knew I could use it for something. And, well, I was able to use it, so that's nice. So all I had to do is just cut it in half, right where the face is, and just glue it on to the custom cargo piece that I made a while back. I didn't use it because it was ugly, so, well, I might have used it in background dressing, but that's about it. Anyway, I just cut that in half and stood it upright. That way it gives the effect that it's like a tall, skinny cab, like most people have them. Anyway, it's really simple. They're painted in, obviously, black and yellow hazard stripes. Very, very simple. I tried my best to keep the doorways the same on each side. I think I did pretty good. Blister 2, which is this one, it might be a lot more rounded than Blister 1's, but I don't really mind. Alright, now on to the key part, the faces. Now, I'll talk about this for a second. How I tell them apart is with the Roman numeral 1 and 2. That's how I'm always able to tell that this is Blister 1 and this is Blister 2. So, pretty simple. Anyway, onto the faces. Now the faces are just simple pieces of Pepsi box that I cut out and sized to fit the engine with custom faces. I think these looked really nice, to be honest. I like how they came out, and I wouldn't honestly replace them. They just look so nice. I thought about trying to do a 3D face for them, but I just couldn't find one the size, and I really like these two. They look fun and goofy. Like, I'm gonna have them be in my series, so, yeah. Anyway. They each have a headlamp on the front there, with the yellow hazard stripes. Now, my first attempt at the hazard stripes, I had tried to paint the yellow on instead of the black. Tip, if you're ever doing hazard stripes, paint the entire surface yellow and then do the hazard lines with black. It will save you so much time and it will look a lot better. But if you don't want to do that, obviously you don't have to. Anyway, we'll flip them around. Really the same on the back for both of them with the hazard stripes. Blister 2's hazard stripes I think are a lot better. Honestly, I think I made Blister 2 the best version because it's a lot cleaner, it's a lot neater, and honestly it's a better version of... Whoops, I accidentally dropped him. But I still like Blister 1 the same. The windows are just painted gray, so pretty simple. The magnets too, some of the magnets had to be replaced because I took them off of a bogey car. So, yeah, that's about it, though. Pretty simple customs, and I like them. Definitely going to be appearing once I have a Arsdale roster. But since they're small engines like Rex Bergmite and all those guys, they won't appear until I get those guys, because I want to introduce them with their Arsdale engines. So anyway, I'll move these guys away now. Now onto the final one, which is just a simple flatbed. Now, this flatbed was made for the sole purpose of carrying engines, because I always wanted a flatbed that would carry engines, but also wouldn't look weird. But when I took my Mainland Express coaches apart, this is, I think, the final coach that remained. Yeah, this is the final one that remained of the Mainland Express coaches. So RIP Mainland Express coaches. Good while you lasted. Anyway, I just stripped the top off of it and made it a flatbed. I used popsicle sticks in the center to give it the grooves for the engine to go on, which I'll just show you now. You probably saw it before. But this can fit up to engines the size of Bowler, Bear, Spam Cam. A lot of the just 2 bogey engines. No tender included, obviously. But yeah, this will fit all my engines, which will be nice for cleanup scenes and whatnot. So, anyway. It's also lined with popsicle sticks to give it a nice, clean, and straight look, I guess. Anyway, it's painted in simple gray, so nothing much to it. I decided to put hazard stripes on the end of it just because I was in a mood and I felt like putting hazard stripes. So each end has a set of hazard stripes. I did actually do the black first and then the yellow. You can do it that way, but it won't look as nice as the yellow and then the black, which I did with the Blister twins. But I don't know, I was in kind of a rush with this one because I didn't really care too much about it. So anyway, it's also it's also lined with masking tape to cover up the gaps between the popsicle sticks. So yeah, it's very simple. It'll do what it's meant to do, and that's nice. So yeah, I'll put the Blister twins back on and put Novelty back in the screen. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I just want to say that I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. Wasn't my intention, but honestly, I haven't been too motivated to post, and I've also been working on some other stuff, so, yeah. Anyway, another kind of announcement thing. I won't be making a 200 subscriber special, just because I have no ideas, and I'm not really motivated to make one, but I do just want to say that I am extremely grateful for you guys, and never thought I'd hit 200 this fast. So, anyway, I appreciate the subs and likes and comments and all that from you guys. It just makes my day. So yeah, anyway, like I said before, hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.